Okay, in this scenario we're using the information to plot a vessel's position. So we can see here that it says that the lighthouse is at a true bearing of 270 degrees from the vessel. It also notes that the angle of elevation to the top of the lighthouse is 1 degrees. So using this we can work out the distance the boat is away from the lighthouse, and we know that it's on a 270 degrees true bearing. So we would use the 270 degrees true and find a back bearing, so minus 180, so that we map back from the lighthouse the distance required. So to find the distance we use the formula D equals H on tan theta, H being the height of the lighthouse, and we can see here it's 120 meters, theta being the angle of elevation, which we see here is 1 degree. So we're substituting this in, 120 on tan 1, we end up with 6,874.8 meters because the lighthouse is in meters. So we need to convert this to nautical miles, and we do that by dividing by 1,852, and we end up with 3.7 nautical miles. So what we need to do then is using the back bearing for the 270 degrees, which would be 90 degrees. So coming out here, so 217 minus 90 degrees, coming out here we need to come out 3.7 nautical miles, which we're going to find using this. Let's have a look at that in practice. First thing we want to do is mark our true north onto the lighthouse. So we'll use a rolly ruler, come over here and mark that. Now we know that we had to travel 3.71 nautical miles for the angle of elevation of the lighthouse to be 1 degree on a bearing of 90 degrees back from the lighthouse. That's the back bearing. So the boat there was 270 degrees true. So we'll just mark this 90 degree line on, and then we need to go 3.7 nautical miles. So we'll get a piece of paper, we'll mark off the 3.7 using the latitude scale given to us, and make sure you check that scale of the little boxes, so 3.7, and then we take that over to the lighthouse and we mark up where the boat was. Now remember, this is a journey. From here it's going due south, or a true bearing of 180 degrees at 8 knots for half an hour. So we want to know where it ends up. So again we need to mark out, so we're going to mark out 4 nautical miles from there. That's half an hour of 8 knots. So we'll mark up 4 nautical miles. We'll come over to where the boat was. We'll just use our rolly ruler to make sure that we are on a bearing of 180 degrees from true north. Okay, and mark it up. Oh, they don't quite line up, just line up, the paper must have moved, put it, the dot true south, and mark it as the finishing spot. And you're done.